here's Michelle Obama. This is why she's on my mind. She's now, remember, she just like literally 10 days ago, she was out there complaining about how famous she is, and she's very annoyed at her fame. And she hates going into restaurants, and people are always looking at her. So what do? You start a podcast, a video, a YouTube show, and also debut a new book all about your, quote, look. It's about her look and her amazing fashion sense. God. Yeah, because she hates fame and apparently money, too. So she gets out there. She's promoting her new book, The Look. And see if you can sense something familiar in this promo. Stop 15.
It's The Look, my new book. It is here. I am so excited about this project. I can't wait to share it with you all. This book is about so much more than the beautiful pictures. This book talks about the importance of diversity and inclusion and sharing a space. It's about personhood. It's about how what we wear is an armor that suits us up and gets us ready to face the challenges of the day.
This is the thing that offends me so much about what we just watched. It feels like we're being gaslit.
Yep.
As an elder millennial, I remember a time where Oprah was the most popular woman in all of America.
And Beyonce is like the number one selling.
Yeah, I don't think black women are unseen in America.
Well, we grew up in an era where our heroes were all black men and women.
Women today, we're facing a time now, where people with power are trying to,
She's still bitter about it, still to this day.
Yes, Michelle Obama is trending on social media. When you take a look at this, Michelle Obama complained that hairstyles are racist because black people have to spend more money and time to achieve them. I don't know why this lady like to complain every single time. There is no single podcast that she will not complain from one thing to another. I have seen this over and over, and sometimes I get bored. Looking at what is going on, she attributed issue of skin color. That's insane, right? That has always been an issue with some of these people. And it's crazy. I've never heard a black man complain about how much money it costs to get his hair done. I've never seen that. But look at what she's saying here. Crazy, right?
Hair as women of color, that the way our hair naturally grows out of our head is beautiful. But if we struggle to make it look like the standard, that means we are spending thousands of hours and lots of money straightening out what is naturally curly hair, right? And that takes time out of your life. It costs money.
All the athletes, all the singer, all the performer, all the heroes of my growing up were all black. And all of a sudden now we've entered a stage where they have to code speak about what it is that they are seeking to communicate. And
especially black women. I just don't, you don't hear black men doing this. Maybe there are occasionally, but it's mostly black women who are just dying to hit you with their identity. Like, I got multiple, what do they call it? Intersectional, right? If you can add in the queer for good measure, so much the better. But obsessing around it. Go ahead, Smug.
I think that actually bothered a lot of black men who did notice that, because you saw in 2024, a lot of them then went and voted for Trump. I think Americans, by and large, are sick of this. And especially when it comes to Michelle Obama, I don't think she gets enough flack for when she had that line. She was like, every day I wake up in a house built by slaves. It's like, every day you wake up in the White House. It's like, how much of this progressive language is those cardboard books for baby, where it's like, baby wakes up, you are in your space, you are a little baby. These very simple sentences.
It's like the way we speak to Karine Jean-Pierre.
Seriously. It's like the books they're reading to Joe Biden.
So, of course, she's got to tout the identity. It's just like the through line.
The first time in my life when every decision I make is for me. As mothers, as women, as wives, a lot of time we spend our lives making decisions. Well, I'm doing this because my kids, and I change my job to accommodate my this, or I'm supporting my husband in that. And no, I'm not going to take this job, or I'm not going to try this thing. And now my kids are grown, they are launched, they are healthy and happy. We are no longer the president. We are the former, and I want to say we are the former president and first lady. It'll be 10 years. It'll be 10 years almost. Yes. That we have not been in that job. Okay. We are formers. And so there's I feel like this is the first time in my life that when I say and do something here in this interview, writing this book, rolling it out in this way, these are my choices. And that is freeing. It really is. That's why I tell people.
All right, so earlier today, I reported on how Obama basically came out and admitted to us that he's just now getting into his wife's good graces. He's just now getting back into Michelle's good graces, right? And I basically gave my opinion, and I stated it's probably because the man works so much, he don't know how to stop working. You know, he's currently on a speaking tour, like as we speak. He just don't know how to stop. And y'all were like, niece, that's very surface level. I'm gonna need you to go deeper, niece. I'm gonna need you to dig deeper.
Yes, and let me pretend like I never heard what she said. When you take a look at these, Barack Obama says the quiet part loud. It's time to experiment with new forms of journalism with government regulatory constraints. Part of what we are going to have to do is to start experimenting with new forms of journalism and how we use social media in ways that reaffirms facts and separate facts from opinion. We want diversity of opinion. We don't want diversity of facts. That I think is one of the big tags of social media. By the way, it will require some government regulatory constraint. Michelle is here talking about how, some people in power want to shut down some voices, some cultures. You know, Obama is here saying this. At a certain point, when I watched this video, I was like, what is going on? It triggered a lot of people on the internet, right? One person replied to Obama, have this guy, his whole apparatus is set up to end the First Amendment. He is coordinating with foreign government to end free speech in America, and he spied and lied and did everything dirty tricks in the book along the way. That is it. You know, at a certain point, when I look at these people, I really wonder if, taking a look at this article, in 2020, Obama gave a speech at Stanford Cyber Policy Center advocating sweeping censor of the internet. Now, public has discovered the same center last month hosted a secret meeting with EU, UK, Brazil, Australia officials to plot global censor, including of the US. Obama was part of this. That should tell you a lot about this man. Michelle sitting here talking about this. It's insane. I don't want to make the video long. I'm going to end here. I want to appreciate people constantly supporting me, sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. If you notice, I drop 2-3 videos daily. So please always tune in and always share the videos. There is something about the short videos at the end that is for the YT algorithm. You can always skip.
Told that you're not ready. And that was my first instinct.
Should have more Republicans on the show, but they don't want to come on. They're scared of us.
It's history.
When I say I'm not going to be apocalyptic, he even gets an off.
If the Democrats
Thing, because how many times somebody asks
for
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do them.
JD Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah. President Obama
Is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC.
Want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before.
Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one. Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all abide by. But in case anyone needs a refresher, we're going to go over the rules again.
He does not have a right to have a television show.
to spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not all the same people that are in these polite...
Disagree with what Gavin Newsom said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about how well he did